In embracing the beauty of my natural hair, I've discovered not only a path to self-love, but also a revolution of self-acceptance. Hair tells a story. It's time we let it speak. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a world where a person's worth isn't measured by the texture of their hair or their conformity to a standardized notion of beauty. My journey to learning to love my hair has been a transformative quest through self-acceptance, resilience, and empowerment. In a society where beauty standards often exclude the natural diversity of hair, my story is a testament to the power of embracing one's authentic self. Today I stand before you as a proud black person with 4C hair to share the lessons I've learned and the wisdom I've gained in my pursuit of self-love. I have 4C hair. 4C hair is a specific hair texture characterized by its tightly coiled curls that form a zigzag or a Z pattern. It is the most misunderstood hair texture, the only hair texture that defies the rules of gravity and grows up instead of down. The misunderstanding of 4C hair primarily stems from historical and societal factors. For centuries, beauty standards have favored straight and loosely wavy hair. This has caused some lack of visibility in the mainstream media for 4C hair textures. It's caused some misconceptions, such as 4C hair to be seen as unruly, unmanageable, and less desirable. Have you ever heard of a backhanded compliment? Like someone coming up to you and saying something like, "You're not as dumb as you look." That's not the best compliment, right? Well, that's how I feel when someone comes up to me and says, "Oh my gosh, I love your hair. Imagine how much nicer it would look if you straightened it." That's not the best compliment. Although whoever said it may mean well, it's like their point is lost in translation. The beauty lies in the curls, the enchanting spirals, woven with an intricate, mesmerizing elegance. Although I've used such glorifying words to describe my hair, this isn't how I've always felt. Growing up in Nigeria, I feel like there was some sort of internalized racism. Straighter, sleeker hair textures were glorified. Not many people where I grew up had this hair texture, so they glorified the next best thing. The looser the curls, the prettier it was seen as. In some ways, people were able to copy straight hair textures using chemicals called relaxers. As beautiful as they make hair look, they are notorious for drying out hair and making hair susceptible to split ends. Regardless of these consequences, I, for some twisted reason, still longed for straight hair. Why? No one wanted the crunchy sponge on top of my head. My spirit was as tangled as my 4C hair. Luckily for me, I wasn't one of the people that were mostly made fun of because I had a big, long afro. The people that were mostly made fun of are people with what I like to call TWAs, teeny weeny afros. Styling awkward length afros is not an easy task, so they'd rather just relax their hair. Luckily for me, I had someone to encourage me. She showed me the beauty in my curls. She helped me to see that my hair formed a stunning crown of an individual. Like a fingerprint, no curl pattern is exactly the same. My mom never encouraged me to relax my hair, unlike loads of other parents. They did this because 4C hair is regarded as very hard to maintain, and I completely understand that. However, these chemicals can seriously damage hair, and they can take away the beauty of the curls. My mom's journey to learning to love her hair is a long and quite interesting one that I'd like to share. When my mom was 11 years old, she moved away from her home country to England. At first, she had relaxed hair, and her friends had never really come in contact with hair like hers. Yes, it was straight, silky, soft, smooth, anything a girl could want. But it was different. It would actually stay in the hairstyles that she put them into. She would braid her hair in so many different ways, and her friends eventually educated themselves on how to help her to care for her hair by taking out her braids sometimes. My hair's in braids right now. However, I do braids for different reasons than other people. I do braids because I think they're really pretty, and they protect my hair from stormy and windy weather conditions. Other people might do braids because they're embarrassed of their natural hair. And to be honest, a couple years ago, that was me. My mom was fairly good at taking care of her hair, so she kept it relaxed for years. Unfortunately though, she has a condition called multiple sclerosis, and some doctors in Singapore had the idea for her to go through a chemotherapy stem cell treatment. This caused her to lose all her hair, including her eyebrows and her eyelashes. She eventually went back home to Nigeria, and this losing her hair caused us a moment of self-realization. She realized what the chemicals were actually doing to her hair. So, she made the decision to grow her hair back completely naturally. She was unapologetically natural. She grew her natural fluffy 4C afro out, and she styled it in so many different and beautiful ways. A couple years of regular styling went by, and she just got bored. She wanted something different. So she dyed it red. It was deep red and it was beautiful. It didn't necessarily damage her hair because she didn't bleach it, but it did cause extreme breakage. No one really noticed though because of how gradual the breakage process was, and her natural black hair had grown back. She continued to style her hair in braids and other different hairstyles, but then she just got bored. Again, she wanted to do something different. Again, she had been researching a specific new hairstyle called sister locks. Locks are a specific hairstyle that form when two strands of hair are artificially or naturally interlocked into matted or rope-like strands. In this case, sister locks are a particular type of locks that involve tiny, uniform locks. They are known for their versatility because they can be styled in so many different ways. In January of 2020, my mom got her sister locks. It took her some time to adjust to them though because they were thin and a bit weird looking at first, but now they're thicker and prettier than I ever expected them to turn out. My mom's sister locks helped her to express herself as an individual. Seeing someone like my mom trying out different hairstyles and not being afraid to be bold with her hairstyles inspired me to love and embrace my curls rather than to shy away from showing off my natural 4C afro. I love my hair, and I'm sure loads of other black women love theirs too, but people really put others down for things like the size of their afro, the length of their hair, and even how straight their hair is. So, this happened to loads of people I know. So I decided to take a survey to see how people my age really feel. One of the questions I asked was, do you love your natural hair? 89.5% of all my responses answered yes. Another question I asked was, do you believe that there is a lack of representation of black women's hair in the mainstream media? And over half of my responses answered yes. And I completely agree. If my hair was being loved and worn in TV shows I used to watch, I would have found it way easier to love and care for my natural 4C curls. Another question I asked was, do you believe that if your natural hair is not of a certain standard in terms of length and thickness, you will get made fun of by your peers? 89.5% of all my responses answered yes. This just shows how frightened Nigerian teenagers, or at least some of them in Lagos, feel about wearing their hair naturally. They love their hair, but they fear if they wear their hair naturally, they'll get made fun of by their peers. This was probably the main reason why I first started doing braids. However, now I've decided to let my hair breathe sometimes. In the rich tapestry of my Nigerian heritage, I think I finally found the threads of diversity and beauty in my intricate hairstyles. Each strand adds to the story of who I am. My journey to learning to love my hair has been a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. It added a massive role in shaping my identity, culture, and most importantly, individuality. Thank you.